So yeah, 14,000 people, very avid fans. They live, breathe, rep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, they sell it, they buy it in the group. But my passion is jumping in the community, talking to people. They hype me up as much as we hype them up, to be fair.
Cheers for coming down, mate.
Anytime.
How are you anyway? You good?
Tired. 4 hours from the mighty Bolton.
I mean, I was actually tracking you on the train. I felt really weird doing it, but
I felt protected.
yeah,
I knew you were watching me.
It was like an endearing way. I saw you like
yeah.
Stafford and Wolverhampton. I was like, oh god,
Just going through the real holiday destinations of the UK.
You did have some tropical places on there.
Yeah, Bolton, Stafford, Wolverhampton, Coventry.
Nice.
Leamington Spa's quite nice, isn't
You
it?
had Oxford though.
Yeah.
I mean, terrible football team, but it's actually all right there. But no, obviously, you work at Represent, which we're both actually wearing right now.
And Harry wears every podcast, every Instagram post, every LinkedIn post.
Yeah.
Every day.
Do you know what I actually do? I don't think there's been one episode in season 2 where I haven't. And it's always been a different item as well.
Has that been a choice?
I don't think I meant to do it. I think it just naturally...
Thank you for paying my wages, Harry.
That's all right. It's just yours, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really weirds me out how you could, like, you text me the other day going, why have you ordered a small? You're not a size small. And I was like, it's a present, man. Like, leave me alone. It's my cousin.
Yeah.
That you've told that he can have work experience at Rep and now text me all the time being there like, oh, when can I go on work experience? I'm thinking, like, no, you probably can't.
Bring him up.
But that means that I have to drive him to Bolton and you said that I can't come with him, so I'd have to sit outside and wait.
Fair enough.
Get his mum to do it or something.
There's a Costa nearby the studio, so you can stay there.
Oh, that's right. I'll sit there, work from there.
I'll allow you to be in Bolton, but just not at Rep.
Fine.
Is that all right?
Yeah, you run Bolton now, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not one of the ex-Bolton players like JJ. JJ Koch, did he play?
Yeah. So good they named him twice.
Yeah, that was that Jemba one, wasn't it? But about Represent, can you give us a little breakdown of sort of the history of it, how it started and everything?
Yeah, so the two brothers started it, called George and Mike, in... I might get fired. I don't know if it's 2011 or 2012. It's just been 10 years anyway. They started it I'm from the same town, Bolton, just outside Manchester. So they started printing T-shirts for the friends, sold them, made more, etc., etc., etc. Then moved factories to Portugal, started making more luxury stuff, got into streetwear. That's pretty much where we settled, luxury streetwear from the UK. Designed in the UK, made in Portugal, in the best factories in the world. Steadily increased for 7 or 8 years, and then it was 2019. A fire got lit under the brand, and then lockdown 2020. It was bang.
So I remember first hearing about it. I was seeing the brand. I don't know why, but it was Rizzle Kicks.
They were big early.
Yeah.
Rizzle Kicks were yeah.
They were wearing it a lot, weren't they? And obviously that was at the point when they were huge. No, I mean they don't do anything now, do they?
So I think that around that time it was Mac Miller and Rizzle Kicks. Mac Miller might have been slightly later actually.
Yeah, because George threw a shirt at him, didn't he?
Yes, that's the famous story.
That's quite a cool one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember where it was. You might have said it. I think it was was it the community day he said it to us?
Yes.
Yeah, he just threw a shirt and he was like waiting around and stuff like that. It's a bit of a weird story.
And then nothing happened, and then he put a picture in it.
But that's like Hera. Do you remember Hera London? Made of the jeans with Conor McGregor. He just found him in a club and had a T-shirt and waited. And was like,
I've never heard that.
yeah, and they were in the toilets. And
Yeah.
he was saying like, if I pay you now, can you wear it? And he like bank transferred the money the next day, and there was one photo, and it blew their brand up. It's mental. He's the guy that set it up now left.
Yeah, I heard that recently.
Yeah. So he's talking a lot about it. But obviously with Rep, one of like the really big things, which where you come into it, obviously, is the community side of it, which we'll dive into a bit more. But how did all that start? Because obviously that's where Represent's really different to a lot of other brands.
Yeah. So what sets us apart, number one, quality. If you're not making quality stuff, no one's buying it.
Yep.
But the community aspect started with Mike and George, so they would be active on Instagram, Facebook. If you DM them, you'd get a reply. What size should I get? How does it fit? Etc. etc. So they've fostered a community around the brand, wherein it might have supported them a little bit when things dipped or even when things were high. So people felt connected to the people, George and Mike, separate to the brand. And then that's kind of just continued, and now they're more into lifestyle, they're into health, they're into fitness, so people are following that journey as well as the brand's journey. Yeah. So there's several touch points to attach to. And then I was brought in as the community manager.
So obviously you told me earlier, but I'm gonna get you to repeat the story. So how did you get involved, or how did you get brought into
So
Rep?
I lied to you then. I didn't actually get brought in as the community manager. I made myself the community manager because
Nice. You thought, why not?
I'll have this. So George and Mike started in Bolton, and employees 1, 2, 3, and 4 were like all best friends of George and Mike. One of them was Stefan, who's now the chief digital officer, and I've known Stefan since nursery.
Nice.
Yeah, technically my longest friend, but we didn't go to the same primary school together. That would have been chaos. So the start of 2021, I messaged him, bit of manifestation. I said, look, the brand's really blowing up. And at that time, they had a third party doing their customer service.
Fine.
And I've since met the guy who did it. And it was just one guy doing the whole brand's customer service. He was very stretched.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So I said, listen, I've come from, so a bit of my background, I worked at AO.com, which is based in Bolton, which is the best customer service ever. Managed a restaurant, worked in cafes, customers, people, that's me. So I messaged him and said, seen a few bad reviews, etc., etc. Again, not blaming the guy who was in charge. He was stretched. And I'll come and fix it for you. And he replied and said, ha, 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 ha. We're looking to bring it in-house at the end of the year in November, so drop me a message in October. I did. I went in for an interview that was with James, who was the general manager at the time. Now he's chief product officer. Steph and Ricky, who was head of e-commerce, because customer service was quite close.
Yeah.
Did the interview, got the job.
Was it just one stage?
Yes.
Can you remember what the questions were in the interview?
It wasn't the most formal of interviews.
Wasn't?
It wasn't.
No, I don't like formal interviews.
No.
I can imagine it would be.
It was like a 45-minute sit down just to check. I've since been in interviews at Rep and conducted interviews at Rep, and it's anyone who gets into the interview process, we feel can do the job technically.
Yeah.
They've got all the skills. Once you're in the interview stage, it's a bit of a weird word. Like it's a vibe check.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You want to make sure that you can work with them and be around them all the time,
Because work is 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. You want to make sure that you can work together.
Yeah.
So that was mainly my interview. I think they were confident that I could do the job. They were just checking I wasn't an idiot. So not sure how I got the job. How
do you find hiring for Rep? If you're in the interviews, what do you look for? Because I know there's a few people that be listening that would want to work at Rep.
That's a lot of my DMs and a lot of my WhatsApp messages is, how did you get in? How do I get in?
Yeah.
Being bright.
Yeah.
So like I say, if you're in the interview,
Evans out.
Some of the community members you speak to quite a lot, maybe not.
Yeah.
That's a joke. So like we said, we know the skills are there. If you're in the interview, just be yourself.
Well, that's the thing. It's so difficult, isn't it? Because you've got to be able to vibe with that person. Because I guess certain days, like Black Friday is a prime example. If someone you don't have a vibe with on Black Friday, everyone's stressed, and there's that one person that's just driving everyone mad. It could just, it wouldn't be ideal. But obviously the communities, it's a bit crazy actually. I was thinking, so I'm in the Facebook and WhatsApp. We'll start with Facebook. Yeah. That's got just under 14,000. It's 13.8 this morning.
Oh, I'm glad you check.
Yeah. I had to write it down because I knew that I'd forget. But 13.8 thousand people. Yeah,
so that would the Facebook is called Represent Talk, known as Rep Talk. That's what we call it. That's what everyone calls it.
UK, worldwide, Europe.
Yeah, it is actually.
Why couldn't it just be worldwide?
So that was made by two guys called Scott Jones and Josh Clouser, who are still active in the community in 2015, I believe. And then a chap called Steve Gill is now the most active moderator, so he looks after Rep Talk.
Yeah.
It's completely fan run. I'm in the group. We've got a lot of staff members in the group, but we are not moderators. We don't tell.
I did notice that.
Yeah, none of us are moderators. So we don't edit anything. We don't tell things to get taken down because there's criticisms, there's constructive criticism, there's not constructive criticism.
Yeah, there's some weird ones. I'm not going to say names or like say which times and stuff like that. But yeah, I've seen a few of them. I'm just like, why bother? Right.
It's fun though.
Yeah, some of it might be like deliveries and stuff like that. And it's like, you can't control that. Like Royal Mail strikes.
Yeah, that's been fun recently.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
Yeah, that is just your fault. I heard that you were texting him like, "Oh, lad, strikes if someone doesn't get their pass or their T-shirt they've wanted or something like that." But obviously, that is massive. And then when it's drop night and everything like that, you see the fit pictures going there. There's some people going, "Oh, okay, can you link me that?" And then they're just
So the reason I messaged Steph, like I said, was because it was kind of ignored. Rep Talk was ignored. There were no real staff members in it, and it got a bit poisonous, a bit toxic. And all that it needed was someone to just interact with people and say, this is why this is happening.
Yeah.
There might be a little delay in shipping because of all the orders. Just as soon as someone who might be complaining gets a reason for that, it's usually
normally stop.
Yeah, it usually quashes it, and they're like, oh, fair enough, mate. So in my interview, that was one of very few serious things that we talked about.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll be in there. That'll be my focus. And they were like, yeah, sounds good. So 14,000 people, very avid fans. They live, breathe, rep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, they sell it, they buy it in the group, they discuss it. Like you said, the fit pictures, drop nights, everyone's hyped, tagging each other, like you said. So yeah, I've just jumped in there, really enjoyed it, and then kind of transitioned more out of customer service. My day-to-day is management of customer service, so any escalations, dealing with the third-party warehouse, things like that. But my passion is jumping in the community, talking to people. They hype me up as much as we hype them up, to be fair.
Oh, I think you're the most loved person at Rep in that community. I don't know.
It's just because I reply to people.
Yeah, well, there is that. I mean, or Jack. I did say give him a shout out. So you managed to with 3, don't you? Jack, Gemma, and Jake. So.
Yes, there's 4 of us all together.
I was so proud I remembered everyone's names.
It's not my team, it's the team.
It's the team, sorry.
Yes.
You're just a part of that, it's all...
Yes.
I can imagine it being like a David Brent kind of management stuff. Like you bringing a guitar out, singing them a song.
Yeah, you have nailed it, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. That's what I get told it's like, mine is like as well, so it's alright.
I can see that.
It's just the fun side, isn't it? Yeah. Everyone's mate, you know. It's got to be done. But then obviously you've got WhatsApp chat as well. So you've got the Facebook, which is like 13, 14,000 people, and then you've got another communities off those communities. Yeah. Which is when it gets a bit crazy. Because I know there's the one with, was there 200 people in one WhatsApp group?
Yes. So that was made just before I started, I believe.
Yeah.
By a German guy called Lucas. He made a WhatsApp group, posted it in Rep Talk, the Facebook group, so people joined that, and that was obviously WhatsApp and Facebook are quite different. So there's less pictures, less sales posts, and more just chatting. Really,
waffle, absolute. I get involved in it. Don't get me wrong. Yeah.
And then there's a couple of other WhatsApp groups off that. Like I'm in a gaming one, so I love games because I'm really cool.
We'll talk about your Twitch in a bit.
So the guys who I noticed were asking what people were playing and that kind of stuff. We made a little group of them, so we talk, we play, and then WhatsApp takes over my life most days. So
if I don't go on it, and then
Harry's in the group.
Yeah, I'm in it, and if I don't go on it, and then at lunchtime I have a look, it's like 400 messages, and I'm like, what? And everyone's at work. Yeah, everyone's working as well, and I'm like, there's certain people, Claire, that and they're like, how have you put 200 messages in it?
Very passionate. I love it though. And then sometimes I just sit back and watch people. I read every message. Yeah, so it's quite time consuming, both in work and in my own time. But I love it. So like, there's splinter groups who meet up in person. Yeah, I've seen people asking for breakup advice. I've seen people asking how to ask a girl out, which wasn't the best advice when I read it back, actually. Yeah. I've seen...
Was that the breakup one? Because I think I was trying to give some advice there, and I was absolutely bad. And it wasn't.
Harry had a few and was trying to give breakup advice. No, it was Sam was asking how to ask a girl out.
Yeah, no, I remember
some of the suggestions, I don't know, but it worked.
Yeah, I can't remember what I suggested. I think I was just trying to wind him up.
Yeah. I said something daft. I'm not going to repeat it on the podcast because I don't actually remember what I said.
But it's quite nuts because there's like really supportive messages in there as well.
Oh, I've seen some really positive mental health discussions.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it as well, just like in a closed community, but which is why it's so different to anything else I've ever seen before. Like Jake's one for this. I get like nice paragraph morning messages from him in the group chat, and
cute,
I'm like, it is quite cute. It's like you've got like another half, but you don't have another half because you don't have to see him all the time. But you just get like a cute little morning message from him.
So it's like a splinter off of a brand, but Rep is probably 80% of the messages in there. Yeah, it's all to do with fits and kind of thing. But we talk about everything and anything.
Everyone's fit pictures as well. What would go well with this and everything like that. But it's always something that you can turn to. Yeah. There's a few people like mental health issues weren't there, and they know for a fact they could turn to anyone in that group, and that's what's made it so special. And no one really in that chat buys anything other than Rep. There's a few that do, but
we don't talk about them.
Yeah, we won't say the brand names, but
that's the thing about Rep. We were looking at your first order when we had lunch. Yeah, and you bought 2 T-shirts in August last year. Yeah. And since
let's
then,
not.
So
We won't say the spend on it, but yeah.
Yeah, so I've got access to the back end, the ecom platform, so I can see how much people have spent.
I wasn't happy with that number.
Harry spent quite a lot since then. But yeah, we George talks about it quite a lot. Steph talks about it quite a lot. James.
What might spend?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, we got him again. Yeah.
Yeah, we can own people from head to toe in the day, in the night, when they're going out, when they're going to the gym. So the goal is you don't need to buy enough off anyone else.
It is weird though, because I don't really look elsewhere, and it's not because I'm there like, oh, I love it so much. It's more just I'm there like, oh, I know that it will look good. Like, I went to the gym this morning. It's full rep. Get my trainers for the gym. Now it's full rep.
Excuse me.
Yeah, we're going to the Reading match after this because up the ding.
Up the ding.
And you got a nice Reading shirt.
Harry bought me a present.
Yeah. We're not going to say what's on the back of it. It's for Shane Long. Yeah, that's what it's for. But yeah, you don't even feel the need to have to look elsewhere because you know for a fact the quality is going to be on point, the connection with the brand, but not just the brand, the actual people in it, like yourself, for example, replying to people. George and Mike do it a lot. I've seen James and Steph as well reply to quite a few people. Jack, I guess you could say he's part of it, the equation with it as well.
I force him to.
Yeah, but I mean, it's quite nice then because when obviously like the pop-ups happen, or like community days, and which I know is a big thing. I know there's probably some planned in the future, and there's End on Thursday as well.
Yeah.
But those kind of events where everyone comes together. I remember the one in Manchester. I remember I looked around and I saw like 40 people in the exact same outfit as me, and it was the weirdest day. I'm like, what? I didn't really expect this, but I got there quite early just because I couldn't sleep, and the queue was long.
The queue took us a bit by surprise. We knew it was going to be, because we'd done a London pop-up in October the year before, and then we did over the Jubilee weekend, so was it the start of June?
Yes, it was.
We did the Manchester, our hometown. We knew it would be busier, but we were not expecting what happened. Yeah. We had a queue that took, if you know Manchester at all, we took over spinning fields basically.
Yeah.
The queue was round, it looped back on itself. You had to be in the queue for 8 hours if you joined anywhere close to the middle or the back.
Yeah.
Which we didn't want. So the next pop-up we're planning is in a bigger venue, so the queues will be cut down.
Yeah.
We learnt a lot from Manchester. But yeah, it's the in-person events that like really solidified how special rep is and how special the community is.
Yeah.
Because we had people, I was interviewing people in the queue. We had people who flew over from Denmark. We had Micheal, great guy from Germany, dragged his poor girlfriend over from Augsburg,
I saw
Germany.
that. Yeah.
We had people from down south, down here, 5 hours on the train or whatever. They were camping over. We had Stu, big man for the community, who was first in line, who came from Glasgow.
Great dog as well. He's got a great dog.
He has. Is it
French Bulldog?
French Bulldog.
Same as mine.
Cute.
That's why me and him always moan about them to each other.
So yeah, you've met people from this group. You speak to Stu about dogs.
Yeah.
You met Lou, who's from Reading. You tried to get him to the gym. That didn't really happen.
No, he wasn't. He's coming tonight with us though.
He's coming watching Reading with us.
Eben as well.
Eben. I was trying not to mention him.
Yeah, fine. Eben, sorry.
I thought it was Eben.
Yeah, I know you did. He was really annoyed about that, wasn't he? He was fuming about that. But you look at like the pop-ups that like I remember actually. We were like the bit on the outside of the store, so we were quite close to the front. Yeah. I think George, who was he with? I think it was Harry and someone else. Mm-hmm. I saw them get out of the car, and he was like, "All I see is him pointing." And I'm there like, he's just realised where the queues ended.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he was just like, I remember they all just like, what? Like their faces were just shocked.
Yeah,
I think they walked around like 3 or 4 times, just taking it all in.
I think they text our big work WhatsApp like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. I saw his face. He was just like, and it just dropped, and I was like, he's just seen the queue. But it was mental because there was people around me in that queue that I remember their faces, and like I saw them at the community day, and I'm like, oh, you were near me in the queue, and everything like that, which was a little bit weird. And then obviously there's community days because was that the first one?
That was the first ever one. That was my baby.
Yeah,
that was a hard sell to begin with, but then at the end of it, everyone. So the community day was. It started out, the idea was a focus group that they wanted to do in 2021, just before I started. And then Bolton, just Bolton got put on lockdown, lockdown was just
you deserved it.
Yeah.
You did deserve it.
Dirty.
Spreaders.
Yeah, weird time lockdown.
Yeah.
Loads of,
The worst part was when it was category 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you lived the road down from me, you were free.
Yeah.
And we were in 2, so we were allowed out, but the road next door
That was
weren't.
exactly what happened in Bolton. So we couldn't get anyone to the studio. And it was like, we could have met in Manchester, but it was kind of ethical to leave. Anyway, long story. So
you got bad press as well.
Yes. So that was put on the back shelf. And then I discovered the post on Facebook that George had put in Rep Talk saying, we'll get a few of you down, we'll do this. And I was like, right, let's do this again. Because now we've met a lot of the people anyway. We've met people at the pop-ups, etc., etc. It'll be familiar faces. We'll get some new people down. So I was just going to do a focus day. George said, yeah, we'll take them out. We'll get them dinner, all that kind of stuff, and probably bring them to the studio.
Yeah.
And it was Spenny, our new CEO, who's come from Puma Europe.
Yeah. Taking a lot of people from Puma as well.
Yes.
Yeah, we've seen it on LinkedIn. I'm like, another one's come from Puma. Yeah.
Growth of staff's been crazy as well.
Yeah.
He said, why don't we make something of this? And he was like, he said to me, Jim, this is your day. Like, you write me a plan up. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
And we'd just have, Spenny came in as a CEO, which was a new position for Rep. It had just been George and Mike, directors, creative director, design director.
Yep.
So he did like a strategy day with us. So they made a presentation. He said where we want to target, what we want to make, what it means for us staff, all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to take that and give our most valued members of the community an insight into the brand. So Spenny did that presentation again. He gave you some figures.
Yeah. Yeah, it was quite eye-opening because I didn't think that you'd go into that much.
That was a debate before. We took that deck, the presentation deck, and it got to the numbers and we're like, right, are we showing anyone else bar us the numbers? And Spenny was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, it was quite eye-opening, but not just eye-opening.
Not all
but it
the
was
numbers.
like,
We took a few out.
Yeah, definitely. Like profit numbers and stuff like that. Sure, salaries and everything like that. But could you imagine if that got published? Everyone would be like, what? But
Why
it was
is Jimmy on £2 an hour. How does he manage that?
It's like expenses paid for. He's just getting loads of mango for free. It's Twitch as well. But yeah, it was quite. I felt like we felt more part of it. Everyone there, everyone felt like into like the bigger vision of it all, which was quite nice and surprising. Which was another thing about the whole community making it feel special. By doing that.
And when I was explaining it to like other members of staff, and they didn't really get it.
Yeah.
And at one point, I was starting to doubt, like, is anyone going to enjoy this? Like, so we did this strategy, we did a sneak peek, we did a Q&A with George and Mike, Steph and James, who helped start.
And then you jumped in, obviously.
And then I jumped in. And then we did the focus group, so we did feedback. But, like, no one has done anything like that. Like, Nike aren't doing a community day and showing you behind the scenes.
Yeah, of course.
And that was the hardest bit to sell.
I don't think they could do that.
No.
I don't think any other brand could do it.
No.
I couldn't name one. Unless it's like a local brand that's just like known in the local area.
Yeah. So that one, we did just invite UK people to that one. But again, we had Scotland, we had Kent, we had wherever. So that was the hardest bit to sell because no one had a reference for it.
Yeah.
But that also made me want to do it more because I was like, no one's doing this.
Yeah.
And like you said, no one can do this.
Yeah, I generally don't think, I couldn't think of anyone that could.
So
maybe like a Supreme back in the day.
But Supreme was more...
But how would you...
People just bought Supreme to sell it.
Yeah, well, Jack, that you met earlier, that's what he used to do.
Ah, right.
Yeah, he was one of those little weirdos.
The dirty reseller.
Yeah, we have slated him in a few of these for it. Denny would be going mental, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, he used to camp out, like take like 3 of his mates with him.
Jack did.
Yeah. Oh, is that what he used to as well?
Yeah.
2 Jacks. Oh, disgusting.
Lads.
But he knows like slow tie from it all.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and Asa Butterfield, so Boy in the Striped Pyjamas, Sex Education.
Yeah. My missus fancies him.
Really?
Yeah. Which is weird because I do not look anything like Asa Butterfield.
No, he's also like...
Very different vibe.
10 years younger than you?
How old do you think I am?
Not the same age as him. How old are you?
I'm 28. Without the beard, I look 18. With the beard, I look 38. So you just go in the middle and that's my actual age.
Oh, he's a lot older than I thought.
I reckon he's 31.
He's 25.
25. Right.
I thought he was like 18.
No.
Then again,
Babyface.
You've been around a long time anyway, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But obviously that community, that was a massive success, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
We sent anonymous feedback.
Got the hoodie from it.
Yeah.
No one read your disclaimer as well. We signed NDAs.
Yes.
And everyone's like, there's an NDA here, let's just sign it. Like, we're not going to talk about it or whatever, man. Everyone just signed it and there's a discount code at the bottom. And
I wrote in the small print, use code Jimmy is the best for 40% off, and no one read it.
I mean, the code's not active now as well.
No.
Yeah,
I texted everyone in the group and said, unlucky, deleted.
Yeah, I didn't read it. I just saw it. I was like, oh, whatever, man.
No.
I
wrote that in there.
They explained to us as well that, it just means you can't do that. So the girls on the desk were like, oh, yeah, you can't. But also, what was the company called that you use for the events?
Make Events.
Was it HM Events? The short name of it.
Is it?
Yeah.
And you are?
HM Staffing. Because is it Holly?
Holly Moore is the CEO.
HM.
Why have I never... Why? What? Yeah,
she messaged me on LinkedIn.
Yeah. So she works with Spenny at Puma quite a lot.
Fine.
And then he, third party events company, he brought her over for his strategy day. That was the first time we used them. And then I used them again for the community day. And I think they're doing our Christmas party.
Yeah, because I said to them, only the best companies start with HM. And she was like, I know. She was like, I didn't notice that. And I was like, but I remember then seeing her because she was throwing the microphone around, wasn't she?
Yeah, so they are brilliant. They're like the best of the best.
Yeah.
So
they're good, to be fair.
Yeah, very big in Manchester and are expanding. Holly's great.
Yeah. But that event, how did that make you feel that day? Because that must have been pretty...
Someone asked in the Q&A, it was mainly at George and Mike, they were asking about their biggest achievement.
Yeah.
And then I rudely...
I think it was Ollie, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was, yeah.
I rudely popped in and said, that day would have been my biggest achievement. Because, like I said, I was worried about it. I didn't think anyone would come. Because
they all came for the free clothes, didn't we?
Yeah. But I didn't say there was going to be free clothes.
Very true.
And I didn't really say what was going on. I just said, represent, we're inviting you.
Yeah.
Please come.
To be fair, you don't say anything. Like the end thing, you just went, Thursday, this time, that date.
Yeah.
Be here. I'm like, okay.
So we've got an end event because they've got
This is going to be out in like 3 weeks' time.
So it's already happened. There's like a Q&A thing.
There might be something else. Who knows?
I don't actually know.
Yeah, no one knows.
So I was like, can we get some community members down? So I messaged like 10 people who are local.
Yeah.
You are Reading, not really local, but you've opened an office in Manchester, so I invited you.
I was up there. I'm actually up there, and I'm driving you back.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to sing a High School Musical the whole way back.
We're all in this
I'm not singing on the podcast. It's not happening. But yeah, so I was already up there. But well, I guess it was quite overwhelming.
Yes.
Probably a few. Seeing so many people, everyone there was coming up to you.
Yes.
And
which was very weird.
Did you feel a bit famous?
No.
Definitely
it was like voyeurish. Like looking through my window. That's how they know me.
Yeah, and some random person's just there, just looking at you, waving.
Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah.
But as well, so obviously, we're talking about the community side of things, but rep is everywhere now. One of the team was saying they went to a Chelsea match. That's all they saw. Like Instagram, TikTok. TikTok is was just all my heads as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
The different fits. But LinkedIn's massive.
LinkedIn is massive. I didn't realise. I'd never been on LinkedIn until I started rep.
Yeah.
Made a profile, just put it on, and then people started connecting. I was just commenting.
You connected with me, just putting that out there.
Did I?
Yeah, it wasn't the other way around.
I think I saw. I think someone commented.
I think George liked one of my posts.
And you were wearing rep.
Yeah.
So that was in my original state of like spreading out. Like,
or I might have tagged someone and tagged George in it, and then George commented on it. Yeah, something like that. But yeah.
So I was like, anyone in rep, I'm going to connect with, see what's going on. Because I just did not know, I didn't understand the potential of LinkedIn at all.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, very. And then, so that's how we connected. We started speaking. I commented on some of your photos where you were wearing rep. Because one is just the core T-shirt, which is all black, and there's a little metal bar.
Yeah.
And I commented saying
that was one of the first ones. That was with Tom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Were you at the races maybe? Or an event? I can't remember.
No, I wasn't at the races. It was in Tom's shop filming the podcast. And it was just a blank T-shirt. Not the blank one, the core one.
Core, yeah.
Yeah, there was a little clip, and I was thinking, how did you see that? I remember seeing it, and I was like, oh yeah, there's a little clip at the bottom of it.
So my copy and paste comment on LinkedIn is, the best, where's the best? I comment that on everywhere. People love it.
You haven't commented that on mine.
That's what I commented. And you said something like, what an eye for detail or something like that.
Oh, maybe then. I thought you said something about nice tea or something like that, and I was just like, how did he say
nice
that?
Tea.
Yeah, you wouldn't have said nice tea, actually, would you? Not at all. But no, I do see on it, because there's a few big ones, isn't there? Like Bartlett wears it quite a lot. You always see him in 247 pants. Mitch, who I quite like, is how me and Eben met.
I was about to say, I think it might not have been George who I found. It might have been Mitch Clayton. might have liked one and commented because I was connected with him first.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me because I quite like Mitch. I've had a few conversations with him actually.
I invited him to Community Day, but he couldn't make it.
Oh really? I think he's out in Marbella. What did I say?
I can't remember where he is now, but at the time he couldn't. He tried, but he couldn't make it.
That would have been quite a good one actually. He's a really nice lad. That's how me and Eben got connected as well.
Yeah.
He saw Mitch like one of my photos when I was wearing ref, and he was like, "Oh, I'm going to connect to him as well."
A clothing brand has connected so many friends and
that many people.
Wild.
It's weird. Like it's so strange.
Yeah. Another big one on LinkedIn. Sorry to interject. Is Ben Gallagher.
Yeah.
Who owns and runs Lux Collective, which is huge on TikTok.
They're massive on TikTok.
Yeah, so it's a second-hand luxury women's wear designer, like Gucci.
I love when they get sent fake stuff and they like show how they spot it.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, imagine if that was your thing you sent. It was like your partner bought it for you and you sent it to them to sell it and you broke up and you realised it was fake.
Well, that concept's crazy. So it's kind of StockX authentication.
Yeah.
And then obviously eBay have
jumped on that.
But because he doesn't deal in menswear, all he wears is rep.
Yeah.
And we kind of connected because he put a very complimentary post about rep and the community and what we do as just like a LinkedIn post, tagged rep in it, and then we all were like, whoa, this is cool. So then we connected with him. Yeah, he buys a lot.
I'm trying to think who else, because you see it all the time. I remember Mitch was wearing like the Green Owners Club and then the Michigan State Dunks or something like that, 207 pants. I was like, that's a sick outfit. I think that's when I saw him. I
first saw Mitch when he put a post about what he wore.
Yeah.
He was like, you don't need to wear the suits in the office anymore. Wear what you want, wear what makes you feel comfortable.
I think it was wearing a Black Owners Club too or something.
Yeah, full rep.
Yeah. I get it though. Like, I don't wear suits anymore. I turn up to client meetings like this.
Yeah, it's a bit old and stuffy, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's not really a target clients that we're going after.
Mm.
Some of them are, don't get me wrong, like, you got massive companies with like CEOs. I'm not going to turn up in a blue hoodie.
Why not?
And some go, I don't know. I might mix it up.
You could sway him.
Well, I'll wear the smarter trousers, the core pants.
Yeah.
See, I've got them. Yeah, that and a black t-shirt.
In the day, in the evening, at the gym. Everywhere.
When's pyjamas coming?
Black Friday.
Is it?
Shh. When's this podcast out?
End of the month.
We may have teased them by then.
We might. Well, I know about it. I know about it before Claire. That's going to break his heart. I won't say anything to him. Don't worry. But yeah, obviously the community days are great. Pop-ups are great. I know everyone's like itching for the next one. I hope it doesn't rain this time because Manchester started to rain and I was one of the only people under the bit that wasn't had any shelter.
That was on purpose.
Yeah, you're there.
I told the bouncer that, make sure that lad there.
Yeah, he gets stuck right there. And I think I was on 75 hard then. I didn't have one of the cookies.
Oh, they were good.
Yeah, I mean, we were both on 75 hard. I can openly admit I failed.
I also failed.
Yeah, it's but it's really difficult because I've done it before, so I wasn't actually that bothered.
Yeah.
So it was like, and we went out with some clients, and there was a free bar, and I'm like Jack. Jack, he was with us as well, and he was standing on top of a wall saying he was going to do a backflip, and this just shows like the irresponsible side of us. I'm there filming him saying, "Yeah, do it." Our candidate and some of our clients went to pull him off the wall.
Did you seal that deal? Or?
Yeah, they're one of my best customers, right? they're great. We love them. But yeah, our client had his arm round Jack, feeding him crisps because he was so drunk.
Nice.
I've got the video on my phone. I'm just there like laughing, and both like the two CEOs are just there like, "Is he all right?" And in front of that, and Jack's there like giggling with crisps coming out his mouth and stuff like that, which are great. But so your favourite memory then, that community day, was it when you were sat on that stage and you just like took it all in? Would you say?
No, it was after, I think.
Yeah.
Because when I was on stage, I was talking, answering questions, fielding questions.
Yeah.
It was kind of like in the moment.
Yeah.
But we went to a bar after that. You came for a bit.
Lawn club, yeah. I wasn't
left,
drinking.
which is very annoying.
I had a flight the next day. I mean, I saw you the night before, though.
Yes.
I got your Uber.
Yeah.
I've got your address now. You keep saying, "Oh, it's my neighbours." I'm like, yeah, I don't believe you.
It is my neighbours.
It's definitely not your neighbours. You wouldn't have thought of that on the spot to give me a neighbour's address.
Do you think I'm daft?
Yeah.
I've seen someone in the WhatsApp group put a picture of a Represent parcel arriving at their house that we're very excited about. It was Eben,
Yeah.
who Harry's very close with. Eben very sillily left his address on.
Yeah.
So Harry sent a present.
Yeah. Do you know what? This studio got sent it as well. The guy that runs the studio, Scott, he also got sent. There's one of them in these drawers behind you.
Right.
And the receptionist of this building had to hand him a pink envelope that said panty sniffer, used panties on it. And it was like her second week, I think.
Nice.
And she had to like give it to him.
Welcome. Yeah.
And then he was like, this must be joking. And then they thought they were clever. And Kai that sat over there, he is heavily involved in this next part. They sent me a cease and desist letter, or cease, whatever it is,
Nice.
for the Spike podcast. And he prank calls me. I still got the voicemail on my phone. They must think I'm so stupid. The legal firm was Spectre Ross. Yeah, it's in Suits. It's in Harvey.
I've never seen.
Fine. The two main lawyers are Mike Ross and Harvey Specter. So it was Spectre Ross. And then the lawyer was Charles Xavier.
Very smart man.
Very. But then the legal documents they sent was actually a Fast and Furious script. Yeah, he's so happy with himself. But they edited out on Photoshop like the front page. It's going to shout and correct me. But when I clicked the document, it still said Fast and Furious script. And then a second later, it changed it. And I was like, I had to reopen it like 8 times. And I like screen recorded and everything that slowed it down and stuff. And I was like, idiots.
My brain has gone to Charles Xavier in a Fast and Furious film.
That'd be interesting. Like Vin Diesel's dad.
Yeah. It is about family.
Yeah, it could work. But yeah, they got the same thing. Oh, I just think it's stupid. Don't put your address in like a group chat full of like 60 people.
This is what I'm saying. So, some of you met up the day before the community day in Manchester. I was meant to come. I fell asleep. A few of us were meant to come and bailed.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, they've come all the way up from Reading. We had some from Kent.
Yeah, Stafford,
sorry,
Kent, Reading, yeah.
And I was like, right. If everyone else had gone, I might have been able to get away with it. But everyone, like, there was like 4 people who didn't come.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, okay. And you jokingly well, it wasn't. I don't know if it was a joke.
It was a joke at the time.
And then I took you up on it.
Yeah. Then
so
I was
Harry
like,
said,
God.
give me your address and I'll get you an Uber. And like 10 minutes later, I was like, right, okay.
Yeah.
But it was a
that?
week after you'd sent Eben some panties in the mail. So I give you a neighbour's address.
Do you know why I don't believe?
And then I walked to the Uber.
Why I don't believe you is because you deleted it straight after. You deleted it on my WhatsApp. Because I knew that you didn't realise, and then you sent it. Then you went it booked, and you were like, I know what he's like. And it's not on our chat anymore, so I haven't got it.
But it might be in your Uber history.
But it is in my Uber history, yeah. So, Valentine's Day or something like that.
It's actually a 5-mile walk from my house, that.
Yeah, I just don't believe you.
I set off.
And you know for a fact, if I say to Jack, I'm pranking Jimmy. No, because if I was going to do anything to you, let's be realistic. I'd send it to the office, right?
True. Everyone's got the office address.
And it'd be a bit more embarrassing at that point.
Yeah.
If you had a panty sniffer thing,
I've been sent a lot of things to the office.
What's the weirdest thing you've been sent? Because I'd imagine you get some pretty strange stuff.
Not really.
Where you interact with everyone, like, do you just get presents randomly?
Yes. So I've been sent Pokemon cards, football stickers.
What?
Because
you're doing the World Cup thing.
Yeah, collecting. I've had presents. So you bought me a present. You brought me a Reading shirt.
Yeah, I'll give that to you. The Shane Long shirt.
Shane Long.
Yeah. Childhood hero he is for me.
Yeah. Big West Brom fan.
Me? Don't take the piss. That day really annoyed me. So
big Southampton fan. Shane Long.
Close.
Where else did he play?
Hull.
Yes.
Which are all teams that like I have a link to. And then he came back to Reading. And then he cried that day. I cried when he left. I was 12. I'm not even joking. You're going to meet my mum later. You can ask her. I legit cried.
It was
the playoff.
Was Adam Lafondra?
Yeah.
Reading?
Yeah. 7th highest minutes of goal ratio in the Premier League.
Nice. Big Alf.
Yeah, he's got actually it's in a record. He's got Premier League record. Shane Long's got Premier League record as well.
Quickest goal.
Yeah, 7.12 seconds.
Didn't he have? Did he have a hat trick one? No, he didn't.
No. But his
he's got the fastest goal. Yeah.
His other half, she's local, so she's from this area. So they apparently always wanted to move back. So on my birthday, I think it was 2 years ago, because he was like my childhood hero. My mum got a bit of a mutual, so they got a signed shirt, and
we still got it.
Yeah, it's in my room. Like it's framed and everything like that. But he must think that I'm like 8 or 9, because she sent the birthday card as well and sent like a Spider-Man one.
What's wrong with that?
It's a children's card, right? Like how?
I'd be more than happy with it.
How it's all laid out
from Shane Long.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's cool, but it's like at the same time, it's like he definitely thinks I'm like 12 or 11. I was turning 23. It's like, what have I done here? But it's a cool shirt. I'll show you.
We're going tonight. Will he be playing? Is he a starter for
No,
Reading?
he's injured. Yeah.
What's the point? Why don't we just drive back tonight?
Should we wait outside his house? Roughly know where it is. It's not like I've been stalking it or anything like that. Just no.
We'll send him some dodgy presents.
Yeah, I've seen it on Instagram. Stalking the family's Instagram. I haven't been doing that. Just going on that really quickly. But obviously, favourite memory, community day then.
Yes. So sorry, it was after.
Yeah.
Everyone was having a drink. We were mingling.
Lawn club, wasn't it?
Yeah. People were. I always find it funny when people plan things in person and then they never happen.
Yeah.
But these things happen. I saw people plan meetups. I saw people plan going to football together, to the gym together.
Yeah.
Just randomly meeting up for a drink, and I've seen most of those things actually happen.
Yeah. I've seen Evan 2 or 3 times since.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't get rid of him. Can't get rid of him.
So again, spawned from this brand,
Yeah.
people have made actual real connections.
I'm waiting to see
wild.
like a rep love story.
Me and you.
It's already happened now. Go straight to the Moodies after this. But I think that's the one that I haven't seen yet, but I feel like it's going to come. It'd be interesting to see. Is it Fred that always puts, is it Fred or is it Jess that always puts a couple of pictures? Him and his other half.
Jeff,
yeah. That's cute, isn't it?
Very.
When they're wearing like matching ref and stuff.
Yeah. She's now in the group.
Yeah. Of course. It's very, very cute. But Spike part. So I'm quite interested in this about you actually. Because I don't think I could put something on it. There's a few things I could.
Mate.
No, as in there's a few.
I don't know anything good about you.
Yeah, you could. Well, let me finish. Right, yeah. Give him a microphone, isn't it?
Won't shut up.
Yeah, but no, there's a few things that I could think of what it is, and don't ask me who or what and everything like that because everyone always does that. You've got to answer it first.
Okay.
But what do you think your spike is? Your spike's the thing that's like unique to you, that makes you stand out. That's like that character trait, if anything, that you have that you think's helped you the most in your career or life as such so far. But what do you think it is?
Are we allowed to get deep?
You can get as deep as you want.
Compassion.
Okay.
So I feel like attentiveness, compassion, empathy, that kind of thing.
Yep.
So because I'm the customer support manager, people come to me with maybe a difficult situation that they.
Yep.
We try and give as much autonomy as we can. So Gemma, Jack, Jake, the main answer to most of their questions is, what do you think?
Yeah.
Do it. But sometimes they might come to me and they're not sure. They might feel like, I don't know, we're extending a return period for longer than they should or whatever. And I just feel like I can put myself in the customer's perspective a bit more.
You were a customer.
I was a customer. I was a big fan of the brand before I started. The job I had before rep, I got a disciplinary for wearing rep in the office.
Really?
Yeah. You know when they give you a dress code and you're like, oh, smart casual. I was like, this is smart casual. I didn't really mean that. It just meant jeans and a polo. But I turned up in cargos and rep, like coloured hoodies and stuff.
That is smart casual.
Yeah.
It's casual.
And like the HR was like, oh, can I have a word?
You look smart in it.
Yeah. And then 6 weeks later, I started at rep, so.
Who's laughing now? Sticky disciplinary. Have any of them reached out to you? The person that gave you the disciplinary, like, oh, can I have a bit of discount or something?
No, she was a bit older.
Do you get a lot of that? The discount stuff?
Yes.
Like free staff and
drop nights, yeah.
Oh, can I have a code? And
yeah. Early access is a big one.
Yeah, true. I've got Denny for that. Is
Yeah.
that for extra 15 minutes?
Yeah. So because things have.
Oh no, sorry, he doesn't share codes. So
no, he's a good lad. He's a good lad.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I forgot to mention a big part of the community is prestige.
We have
system.
completely missed that off.
Yes.
It drives me mad when I see people doing big orders without using it.
If you pay full price for rep, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Because we have the best prestige loyalty kind of system I've ever seen.
100%. And I got a jacket the other day. Came in and showed them. £100 off.
Easy.
Just from going on my... So that's when I see people doing big orders and they haven't used a code. I'm like, what are you doing?
So you spend money to get points and the points buy codes.
Yeah.
But with people order that much, they would never not have a code.
Yeah, I don't think I've ordered something that I've not even able to use something for.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because it's 1 point for your percentage.
Pound a point.
Yeah. And it's 1 point to use the code.
Oh, sorry, it is, yeah.
Yeah,
so every member of Prestige, so bronze, silver, gold. I nearly forgot what it was there. Platinum VIP.
Yeah, because it's 10. Is it 5, 10, 12.5?
15%, 20%.
Yeah.
That's off every order you do. So you just need to spend 1 point to redeem the code and get 20% off.
Yeah. Even if you buy a bottle, you can redeem that code 20 odd times.
Which, for a luxury brand, which makes the best shit in the world. Sorry for the potty mouth. You're going to have to edit that out.
No, you can say what you want.
Oh, sound. No. So, yeah, for a luxury brand, and we give away... We're not giving away clothes.
Yeah.
You have to interact with us. You have to purchase. You don't get off you do get it off your first order. You get 10% off.
Yeah.
But you've got
the ones that annoy me are the texts that you get. Oh, I really like your recent purchase. They look really good with our sweaters and stuff like that. I'm thinking, go away, man. Well, you've got this many loyalty
points.
points.
How much money those things make?
Oh, mate, so many times. Because you know how many times I've bought into it, and I'm like, yeah, why not? Oh, you've got 500 loyalty points.
I'll let the marketing team know that works.
Yeah,
and then you'll get 10 more tomorrow.
Yeah, brilliant. I had 3 today.
Yeah.
Or it's all like payday. It's so tactical.
Yes.
I never get a middle of the month.
Nope.
It's always last week and the first week.
Yep. And our drops are tactical.
Yep.
Wednesday, 8 p.m, because it's decent time UK, which is our biggest market. But it's also a semi-decent time in America.
Do you know what? Let's quickly talk about drop nights, right? Because I always say, I'm not getting involved.
I'm not getting involved.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And I said it this time. I'm not doing it. I'm not getting involved. Not even going to have a look. 3 minutes into it, I've seen the orders coming through and I'm like, just have a quick look.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm really proud of myself. I haven't got anything. Next day, I ordered the jacket. I'm like, what was the point?
Once we've got you.
Yeah, it's addictive. But then where your spike comes in about being into everyone else's shoes, when you're in those chats and you're in the community, everyone sees it's not like, oh, Jimmy works for Rep, he's part of them. It's more like, oh, he's one of us.
Yeah.
But
he's on the inside.
Yeah, he's our inside part of it, but there's not actually anything like that. It's not like a inside and outsider. It's everyone feels...
You are me. That was weird.
Yeah, I don't really know where you're going that one. But that's the whole special part about it. I don't think any other brand can even try to get close to that.
No.
I haven't seen anyone even try to... I've seen a few people now try to do similar stuff with Prestige.
The reason people don't try it is because it's quite expensive.
Yeah.
But in the cynical business sense, what a community is each customer's lifetime value is higher.
Yeah.
So you ordered one thing off us, enjoyed the quality, you wore it, you bought another thing.
Handed it down.
Yeah. Harry on his gym lost a lot of weight and then got rid of his pants that were too big for him.
Yeah, now you basically said the other person needs to lose weight. I gave it to
him. He's tall.
Yeah, he is tall, to be fair.
Yeah.
I was about to say...
That's my spike. Can get out of anything.
Someone actually said there's a photo of me and him, and they said he didn't find this comment funny, but it was actually really funny. It was like a before and after review. And I was
That's rough.
It was so funny, though.
So, sorry, lifetime value is you bought that, then you bought some pants, and then by that point you were probably like, I can wear these together. That's a decent outfit. And then probably by your third order...
I forgot. I don't know what my third order was.
We didn't check, did we?
No.
But we've got you then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, then at that point I can't remember buying anything else.
So it's expensive for us to give so many discounts. I'm not cheap. The in-person events, so Community Day is zero profit made at all. It's actually quite expensive to do.
Oh, yeah, we
get nothing.
We were thinking about that. There was a few of us that speaking, and we were like, what do you
actual monetary value exchange hands, you paid nothing.
Yeah.
You got free clothes.
Yeah, t-shirt, hoodie.
Event space wasn't cheap.
Yeah.
Food. All of our time. We paid travel expenses.
Yeah.
So no money. That was a big loss. But those people who came are like supercharged members of the community now. Like, you ain't going anywhere for a while. And if you do, I know where you live.
You know where my office is. You know where I live. You're staying in my house tonight.
I'm going to meet your mum.
My dad. Yeah. Like, you know I'm going to sit the football. I can't get away from you. I'm done. I'm finished.
So it's a big investment.
Yeah. But it's worth it.
It's worth it.
It's
just scary to start.
There's nothing... Yeah, because obviously there's some of those members don't realise that you actually have a life as well. It's just flat out, isn't it? Yeah. But I'm guessing you wouldn't change it.
No. Best job in the world. Best brand in the world.
I completely agree with you.
Yes, sir.
100%. 100%. We always say you're like the Father Christmas of Rep sometimes. I feel like you've got like a budget of what you can do, and like you get to a certain point, you're there like, I'll give you a t-shirt as well.
No.
Not all the time.
I just throw community days, which cost a lot. That's my budget done.
Yeah, but then again, I think everyone left there and then went crazy and spent loads of things because you got to think some of the travel was gift cards. Mm-hmm. And people were spending that plus more.
Yep.
So it was all.
So I told everyone we'd cover travel.
Yeah.
And then one of the guys made a joke, said, "You might as well give it as a gift card because we're going to spend it again." And I was like, well, "If you want to, let's do it."
And nearly all of us were like, "Yeah, all right then."
Yeah, okay.
I was in Spain.
And
Going,
then
what can I get? And I was just like, loads of socks. £200 on socks. I was like, what am I doing? But then again, it was easy, wasn't it? Because it probably not as much travel costs as you thought because everyone came together.
Yeah, people car shared. You met Lou for the first time before a 3.5 hour car journey.
Yeah, that was interesting. It was. I can't even say some of the stuff that we spoke about, but it was.
I can imagine that.
Oh yeah, it was great, especially when we got to Stafford and everything like that. But last question for you. You know what's coming anyway. Mm-hmm. Dinner guests, 3 people, dead or alive. I'm not going to say mine. I always get in trouble for mine. But you're cooking for them as well. I'll tell you after I get in trouble for them. Okay. It's not good. They change every week, right? Yeah. As well, so it's fine. But yeah, so 3 people. You've got to cook for them as well, so it's at yours.
Oh, mate. I'm a good cook, mate.
And then you can Twitch with them after. Twitch stream as well.
Right, I'm going all alive.
Go.
Because I'm not into necromancy or the dark arts. I ain't bringing anyone back.
Okay, all alive.
I was thinking about this on the train here.
It's 3 Bolton players, isn't it? Go on.
No, I was getting all my interests and picking one from each.
Fine. You see, where you actually listen to the podcast, you've got this all planned out. One person couldn't answer this. Half an hour it took them. It was like we just sat there just like...
Sound.
What should we do? So
I've got football.
Yep.
I was going to go Gerrard, but I'm going Carragher.
More entertaining, isn't it?
Exactly. I feel like Gerrard would be quiet.
He just goes,
I can lead conversations, but it might be a bit... Come on, Stevie.
Carragher, you wouldn't shut him up.
Exactly. And now you can't shut me up. So
yeah, and the accent as well. He is class, isn't he?
Yeah.
Neville there just to argue with each other. Don't like him.
Then gaming would be my next one. So my favourite streamer, that's not me, is called Dr. Disrespect.
Never heard of him.
Oh, mate. He's the funniest guy in the world. He will be there.
Well, not Speed.
You know, like, I wasn't that into Speed until the Sidemen charity match.
He's class.
And then I'd gone back and watched a lot of stuff. But he's also quite young, so... If you want a dinner party, you ain't inviting Speed.
Oh, yeah, very true.
He's a bit hyper.
He's 19.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
He's like 17.
No.
Even so.
Because there was a video of him in trunks. Have you seen that one?
That's quite funny. But no one's having a peaceful evening, really, are they?
No, not with Speed. 100% not. So we've got Dr.
Disrespect. I'm going to show you some clips after. Yeah. Mind you, you're not that big into gaming, are you? So.
No, I've got a Twitch account that I made for you.
It's very cute.
It is. I tried jumping. I don't really know what's happening, right? I don't really get it. I like the one where you were swinging the... I didn't get that at all.
You have an emote on my channel, though. Have you seen that?
I have seen it, but I think it's me with my thumbs up.
Yeah, so there's a picture in the WhatsApp group of you doing this.
Yeah.
And then Lou cut it out and made it.
He always puts it in there, and I'm like, why did you keep doing that? It's weird. But yeah, no, fine. Yeah, so we got one from gaming, we got one from football.
And then I was struggling on the third one because I'm quite erratic.
Yep.
I'll have different... My missus hates this. Every week I've got a new thing that I'm into or I'm doing.
Yeah.
But the one that lasted for the longest was I was massive into the MMA, into UFC.
Okay.
Obviously not doing it.
Yeah.
Just watching it. So I'd stay up till 3 a.m.
I could never get involved. I could never get into it because of that.
Yeah, that it was a little bit rough, but I was a night owl anyway. When I used to work in restaurants, when I was into it,
yeah,
I'd be finishing work at 1 a.m. anyway, so it was just stay up and watch some fights.
Yeah.
So Michael Bisping would be my third one.
Okay, I know that.
Who's the first English champions from Clitheroe, is not far from Bolton.
Yeah, I know Clitheroe.
He's a commentator.
Yeah.
He'll be my third one. Not far from you.
Yeah, Clitheroe. That made me laugh so much when I first saw it. I'm not going to say why, but if you know how it's spelled, you know what I'm saying. Oh,
do you know what? I kept thinking, why does Harry keep mentioning Clitheroe? It's funny. Is it the in-betweeners?
No.
What?
No, we got there quite a bit near there, and the first time I saw it, I was half asleep, and I thought it said something completely different. Right. Yeah. I've got you. Yeah, I split the
beginning of the word
and the end. Yeah, right. And I was in tears for like 2 hours.
It's an interesting hero, that.
Yeah. But I mean, each their own. I would hate to say that's where I live, but just because of it. But I know a few people that do, and they don't find it funny. No, they're just like, that's just what it's called. I'm like, yeah, but you know,
you're just immature, Harry.
I think that's what it is.
And on that note,
that is the end of it. But no, thanks for coming on, mate. Really, really enjoyed it. I know we're gonna have a fun evening now. Thanks for my little present as well.
It's all good.
I won't say what it is. Keep it a mystery.
Yeah. And I've also promised Harry this will be the most viewed of this season, so I'm gonna have to graft.
Yeah.
Rep Talk.
Big time. Big time. No, but cheers for coming on, mate. Really, really enjoyed it.
Do we shake hands now or anything? Or like,
it's always really awkward because the mic and stuff like that, but you know, we can
touch mics. Is that a thing?